What up, YouTube? T-Movies here. Now, with famed NBA star Cameron Garnett appearing in the new Adam Sandler film Uncut Gems, I decided to do my top 10 favorite movies that also features athletes. Now, granted, I'm not really gonna add like athletes like Dwayne Johnson, or because that's way too easy to really add. But it's always pretty. Granted, I'm not much of a sports guy. I've already made that loud and clear. I'm not at all a sports guy. But it's always pretty cool seeing, athletes appearing in movies, whether it's themselves or as just a regular character or anything. So, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite film performance. Well, some of them have good performances. But here is my 10 favorite film appearances by athletes. Alright. Coming in at number 10, I'm going to add Hulk Hogan in Gremlins 2. Now, let's be upfront. Hulk Hogan is a terrible actor. Like, he had tried his hands in acting before. I mean, Mr. Nanny ain't by, Santa with Muscles, yeah. Hulk Hogan have had his share of acting before. But he played himself in Gremlins 2 of the new batch. And in it, it features like during an intermission sequence of the movie when the Gremlins ends up taking over the movie projection, and he ends up standing up during the Gremlins to play the rest of Gremlins 2, or he'll end up attacking them, and Gremlins end up. And so Gremlins ends up getting scared and decide to play the rest of the movie instead of having Hulk go and attack them and all. And it's kind of a funny scene. Now, Gremlins 2 is obviously it's not as good as the first Gremlins. I mean, the first Gremlins is iconic. It's a classic. But I can still get a kick out of Gremlins 2. I mean, they even poke fun at Roger and Ebert in the new batch. I mean, it's awesome. If you guys haven't really seen Gremlins 2 by now, I say give it a go. And Hulk Hogan's like little cameo in that is really hilarious. I mean, even in the people in the audience ends up applauding the Hulkmeister, and he ends up apologizing to the viewers, and he ends up sitting back to watch the rest of Gremlins 2, and it's awesome. I mean, if you guys definitely go, if you guys don't even want to watch the movie, just check it out. Go to YouTube, you'll probably find a clip of Hulk Hogan in Gremlins 2. It's probably one of my favorite parts of the movie. Alright. Coming in at number 9. Now, this is also a cameo, and I'm going to add Derek Jeter and the other guys. Now, this is like a very, small little tiny cameo. And it's where, like, Mark Wahlberg's character ends up, and, Mark Wahlberg's character ends up shooting a guy in a baseball alley, but the guy he ends up shooting is accidentally Derek Jeter, and he ends up, it's more like a flashback sequence, and he ends up telling his his fellow police officers about what he did and all. And one of the guys was like, "Oh man, you shot Derek Jeter. You should have shot A-Rod." That is literally a really hilarious cameo. I mean, Derek Jeter never really acted or anything, and this was around the same time that I believe it was around the same time where he was leaving the Yankees and all. But it's a pretty fun cameo, and yeah, and Other Guys period is awesome. If you guys haven't really seen the Other Guys, do yourself a favor, go check it out. Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg, Dwayne Johnson, Sam Jackson, awesome scene. Alright. Okay, coming in at number 8 might be a bit. Alright. Coming in at number 8, it's a very awkward one to really add in this list. But I'm just gonna go with it. Number 8 is going. I'm gonna add O.J. Simpson. Okay. Now, before his infamous trial, before his pursuit chase, he has done movies before. Like he was, of course, in he was in the Towering Inferno. What was O.J. Simpson in? Definitely Naked Gun. I think he was in one of the Major League movies, if I'm not mistaken. But his best role is definitely in Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear. And in it, Simpson plays this officer named Officer Norberg, who's this law enforcement agent who always seems to get himself into like these painful situations. And he kind of did a pretty great job as a role. Now, crazy to believe that this movie actually came out like a couple of years before before the whole O.J. Simpson trial and all. But now he's not that good of an actor. Let's be for real there. But I thought he really had great charisma, kind of like how Dwayne Johnson usually has a. I mean, OJ had some really charisma in this. Of course, you had Leslie Nielsen in this film. There's that too. I mean, it's a pretty fun film. I mean, of course, the first Naked Gun is much better, but Smell of Fear is still a really good one. If you guys haven't really seen it, go check it out. All right, coming in at number 7. All right, I'm going with Tom Brady in Ted 2. Now, if you guys, anyway, now if you guys don't remember, in Ted 2, it's where Ted, voiced wonderfully by Seth MacFarlane. Of course, him and his wife, Tammy Lynn wants to have a baby, but obviously he can't. He needs a sperm donor to do it. So the person Ted ends up choosing to be his sperm donor is none other than NFL quarterback Tom Brady. And so Mark Wahlberg and Ted ends up going in Tom Brady's mansion to of course take the stuff, and it doesn't go. It doesn't really. It goes very wrong. I mean, it was kind of funny seeing Tom Brady, kind of portraying himself in a way. And I like how one of the cops said, "Oh man, someone's trying to take Tom Brady's jersey again," and hence someone tried to do it for them. So yeah, and why do people want to take stuff from Tom Brady? Like I don't mean take his his medals or his trophies or anything. They want like I mean, if you have you saw the recent South Park episode when they wanted to take of course they wanted to take Tom Brady's poo and stuff. I mean, dang people, but still, Tom Brady and Ted 2, hands down, is an awesome cameo. All right, coming in at number 6, it's going to be LeBron James in Trainwreck. Now, LeBron James is actually going to be in the upcoming Space Jam sequel, so he's getting pretty big in Hollywood now. I mean, he's also producing. He's supposedly supposed to produce like a reboot of Friday the 13th. He's working on a House Party reboot, so he's getting pretty big with the films. But his actual film debut came with the 2015 Judd Apatow directed comedy Trainwreck. And now granted, LeBron James was not the only sportsman who ended up appearing in Trainwreck. You also had John Cena, who ended up, going who ended up being with Amy Schumer in one scene. But man, LeBron James, of course, he plays like a buddy to. He kind of pretty much plays friends to Bill Hader's doctor sports doctor character Aaron Connors, and like whoever knew that LeBron James would even be remotely into what's it? Yeah, Downton Abbey. Whoever knew that he'll be into Downton Abbey? There, come on. But still, I mean, Trainwreck is hilarious. You had Amy Schumer. Obviously, Bill Hader plays like a sports doctor, so obviously some athletes are going to appear in this movie. But still, This is hilarious. If you guys haven't really seen Trainwreck by now, give it a go. It's Trainwreck is awesome. And LeBron James and John Cena's like chemistry in the chemistry cameos. They did not even sharing scenes, by the way. Anyway, but LeBron James like little cameo in this was really hilarious. If you guys haven't really seen Trainwreck, definitely give it a shot. All right, coming in at number five. Number five, I'm going to add. Alright. Number five, I'm going to pick Mike Tyson in The Hangover. Now, of course, Mike Tyson plays himself in this, and it's directed by and of course, Hangover is directed by Todd Phillips, who recently gave us Joker, and it's of course where Doug Allen, Phil Anstu ends up stealing Mike Tyson's tiger, and Mike Tyson ends up knocking out Zach Galifianakis' Allen character. And yeah, I mean, come on, Phil, Bradley Cooper's a Phil character, even kind of humps Mike Tyson's Tiger, while Zach Galifianakis' Allen character ends up peeing in Mike Tyson's pool. I mean, who didn't love Mike Tyson's a little cameo in The Hangover? And he also appeared in Hangover 2. A little disappointed he didn't appear in Hangover 3, but his cameo in Hangover is awesome. I mean, now it's kind of funny to see Mike Tyson sort of making fun of himself in this. Like his interaction with the three leads was pretty cool. I mean, The Hangover is hands down really awesome. I mean, if you guys haven't really seen The Hangover, definitely go check it out. And especially for Mike Tyson's cameo. Alright. Obviously, number four is going to be a wrestler, and not Dwayne Johnson. The wrestler is not John Cena. He's a giant, and my number four pick goes to a major giant, and that goes to Andre the Giant for The Princess Bride. I mean, come on, Andre the Giant playing the role of Fezzik, who of course speaks in rhyming couplets.
So we were talking about it. So it's funny. We got in yesterday. And
I mean, come on, Andre the Giant in The Princess Bride. That is one of the most iconic roles you'll see today. Andre the Giant was hilarious. I mean, he was one of the probably one of the best parts of The Princess Bride. I mean, everything in Princess Bride is a classic and all, but Andre the Giant in The Princess Bride is just amazing. And of course, you had Wallace Shawn was in this, Carrie Ellis. Like, who doesn't love Princess Bride? But even people who did not like Princess Bride, and let's be real, who doesn't like Princess Bride? They'll even tell you that Andre the Giant is their favorite character, like their favorite part of the movie. So, all right. Coming in at number three, I'm going with Cam Neely in Dumb and Dumber. Now, it's definitely one of the greatest, one of the coolest celeb roles in movies today. And it's where, in the cult favorite Dumb and Dumber, Harry, played by Jeff Daniels, and Laurie, played by Jim Carrey, ends up eating at a diner where Harry ends up spilling the salt. And so, while Lloyd ends up instructing him to throw some of his shirt, and instead he ends up tossing instead he goes from tossing a pinch, and Harry ends up losing the shaker, and it hits Sam Bass, played by Neely, and Neely ends up exacting revenge and ends up spitting in Harry's burger and all. I mean, it's a really fun cameo. I mean, Cam Neely was pretty hilarious in this. And by the way, I actually saw Cam Neely in person at the Macy's Parade a couple years back. That's pretty cool there. But Dumb and Dumber is, I mean, come on, Harry and Lloyd do some really dumb stuff. Obviously, it's called Dumb and Dumber, so yeah, they're gonna be doing some dumb stuff. But yeah, Cam Neely was hilarious in this, and he also actually, I believe he appeared in Dumb and Dumber 2, if I'm not mistaken. I gotta double check that. But yeah, Cam Neely in Dumb and Dumber is a really awesome cameo. Alright. Coming in at number 2, I'm going with an NBA legend, and that will be Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Airplane. I mean, if you guys never really seen Airplane, it is literally one of the greatest spoof movies there is. It's a spoof on the disaster movie genre. And here, of course, you got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, who plays the co-pilot Roger Murdoch, who is flying alongside a very like Jerry Sandusky pilot played by Pierre Graves. And not to mention, actually, Kareem had appeared in a few other movies prior to this. I mean, remember he was in that Bruce Lee film, Game to Death. There's that. But Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Airplane is a really awesome casting. His like on-screen chemistry with Pierre Graves is pretty funny. Of course, he had Laurie Bridges was in this. Julie Haggerty was pretty great. She's also good in Marriage Story, by the way. Yeah, Airplane is hands down an awesome spoof comedy. If you guys haven't really seen Airplane by now, do yourself a favor, go check Airplane out. It's a classic. Alright. Now, my number one favorite film appearance by an athlete obviously goes to Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Now, of course, Mike Jordan is, of course, best known for playing with the Chicago Bulls. So it was only fitting that Mike Jordan will literally star in a film, but he ends up starring in a movie with Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, um, Porky Pig, and all that. And she played, of course, she played against the Monstars and all. And you got, like, Mike Jordan's not the only NBA player that appeared in this. Like, you also had Charles Barkley, Larry Bird was in this. I mean, what an awesome film. You know, Space Jam to me, is one of the best basketball movies there is. It's just iconic. I mean, a great soundtrack by R. Kelly. I mean, who just doesn't love Space Jam? I mean, come on, you even had a Lola Bunny was in this, Wayne Knight from Seinfeld fame, uh, Michael Jordan just playing basketball with you know, with Bugs Bunny, acting very cartoon-like at times. Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love Sorry about that. So, anyway, who doesn't love Space Jam? I mean, well, Space Jam. But yeah, Michael Jordan in Space Jam is just one of the most iconic. Like, granted, he's not that great of an actor, yes, but him playing himself like a cartoony version of himself is just awesome. And obviously, in 2 more years, we get Space Jam 2 coming out with the aforementioned LeBron James. So, will that be as good as the first Space Jam? That has to be wait and see. But yeah, Space Jam is hands down awesome. I mean, I used to watch the movie all the time as a kid, and I'm not gonna lie, I still rewatch this. But anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. All right, 10 Hulk Hogan and Gremlins 2. 9 Derek Jeter and the Other Guys. 8 O.J. Simpson in The Naked Gun 2.5. 7 Tom Brady and Ted 2. 6 LeBron James in Trainwreck. 5 Mike Tyson in The Hangover. 4 Andre the Giant in The Princess Bride. 3 Cam Neely in Dumb and Dumber. 2 Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in Airplane. And 1 Michael Jordan in Space Jam. Now, there's loads of other ones I probably could have added. Alright, anyway. Alright, Bubba Smith and Police Academy. Who remembers Police Academy? That movie's iconic. Alright. Let's see. Vinny Jones and Snatch. He's the co-actor. Ray Allen. He appeared in He Got Game. Jim Brown. He, of course, remember he appeared in The Running Man, Dirty Dozen. Of course, Shaquille O'Neal had his share of movies. I mean, come on, Steal Anyone? Kazam? Yeah. Dennis Rodman? Come on, Dennis Rodman has appeared in movies. Remember paired off with JCVD. So yeah. All right, Reggie Jackson, of course, appearing and stuff. Micah Irvin, uh, Terry Bradshaw. I mean, if you also want to go with female athletes, obviously Ronda Rousey in Expendables 2. What's it, Serena or Venus? One of those two. One of the women's sister appeared in that Adam Sandler movie Pixels. Yeah, it's always cool seeing athletes appear either as themselves or as characters in movies. So anyway, let me leave you guys. Who are some of your favorite film appearances by athletes? Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This here is C Movie signing off.